live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field. Two of the best teams in the game square off. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Chicago Cubs. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. Biggest story coming into this one is what he's been able to do at the plate recently. Absolutely on fire, Singy.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Boog. Has really made this a dangerous team. His bat's been lethal of late, and it's opening up a lot of opportunities for his teammates, too.
First pitch coming your way next.
Rise up, that's you. Come on and rise up. Put it in action.
And now here's the starter for the Cubs, Matthew Boyd, having a pretty ridiculous season so far, Singy.
Yeah, you see there with the sub-2 ERA, very dependable guy, and he's been pretty much lights out so far this season. So, when a guy like this takes the mound, I'm expecting to watch him get into a rhythm quickly and just move through a ball game. Sometimes you can see some big strikeouts. Other times it's hard to even know he's there because the innings go so quickly.
Now the Diamondbacks lineup as put together by Torey Lovello. Batting second, a really important guy for them, Ketel Marte.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right
here. This is Corbin Carroll. So here in the 3 spot, Chris, a hitter low average but high slug.
Well, one thing he's going to lean on are the metrics. His exit velocity has been really good. He's just had some bad luck hitting the ball right at people.
2 down, nobody on. That one ripped. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it.
So runner at second, 2 down. And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Man on second, 2 down. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. goes yard. His 4th home run of the season. And the D-backs jump out in front. It's 2-0.
The wind didn't hurt the chances of that ball getting out of here. That's for sure. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
So 2 down. Here's Nolan Arenado. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that'll do it. Cubs had 2 on this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And getting the start for Arizona, Brandon Pfaadt. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah? And Happ up to hit. Happ, a first-round pick out of the University of Cincinnati in 2015. The Diamondbacks off to a hot start this season, playing very well in the early going. On the ground, right side. Santana steps on the bag. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Matt Shaw.
Boog, one of the hottest guys on this team over his last 10 games, hitting over 500, just absolutely on fire. A lot of loud contact off of his bat. It's interesting to see how they're going to try to pitch to him, how they're going to try to get him out.
Swing and a bouncer. Throws to first in time.
Yeah, you mentioned how well they played, and I think it's a sign of things to come. You don't win as frequently as they have by accident.
2 down, bases empty. So up next for Chicago, Alex Bregman. To the right side, Santana. The flip to the pitcher covering, and they get Bregman for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Cubs nothing. Here at Wrigley Field, new inning getting started. Carlos Santana stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Ripped on a line. Suzuki takes it in for the out. 1 away.
The catcher, number 14.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Gabriel Moreno. The 1-1. In the air, right field, Suzuki moving under this one, and there's 2 down.
Batting 8, the designated hitter, Pavin.
Now it's the DH, Pavin Smith. There's a swing and a drive. That's down. One hops off the wall. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So runner at second, 2 down. Alec Thomas getting ready to hit. To the right side, Horner sends it to first. That ends the frame. 1 left for the Diamondbacks as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Bottom half of inning number 2. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Line drive, he brings it down. Nice play.
Batting 5th, the right field, Seiya Suzuki.
Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Ground ball, left side, and foul ball. Got him swinging.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. I always talk about get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
Swanson digs in. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. He's safe. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. 1 hit, 1 left. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Cubs nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter, Geraldo Perdomo. Here's a 2-1. Lined into right. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Those plays are challenging for outfielders because of the chase to the ball. You know you have to do everything perfect just to track it down. Sometimes even that's not enough to make the catch.
An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. That one finds the zone. 1-2. Next pitch is outside. That one missed. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. Ketel Marte leaves the yard. His 11th of the year, and they add a couple more. It's 4-0.
They put a good swing on it, but the box score might want to credit the win for that home run. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Now it's the right fielder, Corbin Carroll. The count 2-1. Just missed. Challenge from behind the dish here. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the left fielder, Gurriel.
Man at first. Here's Gurriel. This one in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong going back on this one. And there's one away.
Up next for the Diamondbacks.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. One out man at first. Nato comes in to take his cuts. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And that one is inside. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. It doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. So a walk puts runners at first and second. First and second, one out. And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. 2 on, 1 out. In the air, right field. Out, number 2.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the catcher, number 14, Gabriel
Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Dirt, swing and a miss. Up with it, fires to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Cubbies edge closer on this long ball. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back at the ballpark, and one of the things that's been happening lately, hot hitting as we take a look at the numbers this month.
It's been a long while. I got it on pin, a living bankrolling. I'm my own penny. I've been on 10 and I the whole team and all of that way. You know it's on me. You know I got
the 1-1 comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swings and misses. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Next is the designated hitter, Matt Shaw. Liner snagged at first.
Up next for the Cubs, the left fielder, number 8, Ian.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Ian Happ digs in now. This one popped up. And that's the 3rd out. Cubs are down quietly. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back here at Wrigley Field as we go to the top of the 4th. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Popped in the air, left side. Bregman settles underneath it, and there's one down. So a workaround situation.
Yeah, kind of. You're not intentionally walking him. You want to compete, but you don't want to give him something too good to hit. If you can get him out on your pitch, then even better, because you got the pitcher leading off the next inning.
Oh. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
They're back in trouble, Boog, and it's just been like this for him most of the game. They've been all over him since his first pitch, and I think he's got a very short leash right now. Really needs to lock it down here.
So back to the top of the Arizona lineup. Geraldo Perdomo, the next to hit. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Swanson to second, double play, and that'll do it for the inning. One hit in the inning, but no one left. And midway in the 4th, it's the Diamondbacks 4 and the Cubs nothing. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Wait a minute, we all just need a minute. The party been started, we all just need to finish. If I buy a chain, I'm doing it by myself. And I'ma get a pennant that say I'm independent. I'm a big man.
And a swing and a miss.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Fastball is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Set down on strikes. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, I think that was just a case of a hitter quitting on a pitch. He was looking fastball and didn't see it out of the hand and just left the bat on his shoulder. That was a changeup right over the plate. Probably not the location he was looking for, but the change of speeds is what fooled him, and he got the out.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder.
Digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Two down, nobody on. 3-2 now.
That's it.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Payoff pitch. On the ground. It's through for a hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer.
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. In there safely.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Man at second. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. One left for the Cubs. They trail it here 4-0. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Hunter Harvey.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Back in the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. 3-1 now. That one drilled left field, and it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Corbin Carroll stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Fastball for a strike. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're at the top of the fifth. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man at second. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. That one missed. And they'll do it again. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Hunter. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Shelby Miller. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh. Here's Nolan Arenado. Here's a 1-1. There's a swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. Inning over on the. One left for Arizona. They lead 4-0.
When you say it, better say it with your chest. I told y'all, believe me.
We head to the bottom of the fifth. So up now for Chicago, Nico Horner. The 1-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
The batter, number 7.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. The 1-2. Hard liner. Thomas running hard to get it. Makes the grab. Throw behind the runner, and they've got him doubled off.
Well, we assume it, but not all double plays are 6-4 threes or something like that. Right there, it's just sort of a combination of good defense and poor base running, and probably more of the latter. That's a big turn of events in this inning, though.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Carson Kelly.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
2-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. 2-2 now. This one in the air, center field. Thomas under it, and that is that. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. Carlos Santana now at the plate.
The first baseman, Carlos Santana.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And there's a ball.
Ball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Struck him out swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
And it's fouled away. Here's a 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Out towards right center field. Can't get there. Base hit. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Not going to get him. He's in there.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Anytime you can drive a ball into the gap the other way, it feels so good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Throw to first in time.
Up next to the Diamondbacks, the center fielder, number 5, Alec Thomas.
Alec Thomas now. Man at second. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Pretty close, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. The 2-1. Swing and a pop-up. Swanson has a beat on it. And that is that. One left for the Diamondbacks, but they're in front 4-0. Bottom of the 6th inning, and here's the DH for the Cubs, Matt Shaw. That misses off the outside edge. Now the bullpen looks to be springing into action. Michael Soroka, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Rodriguez warming up as well. On the ground, right side, and that one handled. Throws to first. That's a very athletic play.
Next for the Cubs, the left fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And up next for Chicago, Michael Busch.
Ball up.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. That's a ball.
That's
went with the sweeper. Man at first, one away. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Here's Alex Bregman. Not having as much success with the bat here at home as you see the splits.
Bregman.
Fouls one off. 2-2. The Cubs trying to get back into this one here in the bottom of the 6th. Gets a piece and stays alive. No question about this one. It's out of here. A 3-run dinger, and they get a few back. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
Very loud contact and a home run that got out of here in a hurry, Singy. How about some exit velocity?
Yeah, really impressive, Boog. StatCast had that one at 115 off the bat, and clearly enough to carry it over the wall. He hit it right on the sweet spot.
Torey Lovullo is out of the dugout, and he's going to make a move here. Brandon Pfaadt departs, and he leaves with the lead after giving them some decent innings. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment. Michael Soroka into the game.
Well, he's having an excellent season so far. ERA is under 2. A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
That one is hammered right field. That ball's carrying. Going. Gone! They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And we're all square. It's 4-4.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Ground ball right side. Gets to it with a slide. What a play. Inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. 7th inning coming up. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago.
You know when we're in the place, we don't hold back, we're right in your face. We can't lose, we take your first place.
Back here at the friendly confines. Top of inning number 7.
Well, they just scored some runs in that last frame, and now they have to make sure they don't cough them up on defense right away. No better time than right now to have a 1-2-3 inning.
tied at 4. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Stays alive. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1-2 now. Good job to fight that one off. And misses inside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell that.
And that's a fair ball down the right field line. And that's going to roll a while. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Shelby. New pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Caleb Thielbar. The D-backs with the go-ahead run standing at second here the top half of inning number 7. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Long run, tracks it down. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the right fielder.
Now Corbin Carroll to the dish for a big at-bat. Ball to strike, the pitch. In the dirt, nice job behind the plate there. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Definitely a strikeout situation right here. Lots of ways for that go-ahead run to score if the ball's put in play.
And that skips in the dirt.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
In the air to left center. Pat on the move to the gap. He's got it. Here comes the runner from third. Played the play, safe, and they take the lead. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through that one. Center field. Crow Armstrong gets under it, and that is that. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Diamondbacks 5 and the Cubs 4. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game sum.
The shortstop, Gansby. Watson.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. The 1-1. And that one fouled off. Way high. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. And they jump in front in the 7th. It's 6-5.
That right there is a game changer, and it might end up being the most important swing of the game. easy to hit a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for a home run, but I think it caught just too much of that outside part of the plate. Maybe a little bit of a mistake, but he didn't miss it at the plate.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Michael Soroka will depart, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
a new arm into the game, the righty Taylor Clark.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. Here at the bottom of the seventh. Fights it off. You'll see another. 1-2 now. In the air, right field. And there's one away.
up next for the Cubs, the left fielder, number 8.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the left fielder, Ian Happ. And a 1-1. This one popped up. Perdomo under it. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael Bush.
The 2-1. And that one is inside. Upstairs, and that is ball 4.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman, number 3, Alex Bregman.
And now it's Alex Bregman. He's been a difference maker in this one with what he did back in the 6th.
No doubt, Boog, a huge 3-run homer, and it's one of the key moments in this game.
The 1-1. And that will end the inning. Cubs had 2 on this homer. It's now 6-5.
Yeah, I ain't reading the deep. Know if you hit me, you come with a feet. All this drip, can't get it for cheap. I hit a cat when you giving a speech. I'm at the top, so they gunning for me. I gotta eat us a bon appetit. Lay all the sauce and I go on the beat.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Here's Nolan Arenado. High fly ball, right field. Suzuki on the move. Brings it in, and there's one down.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the first baseman, Carlos Santana.
Here's a 1-1.
No, that's it.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. This one in the air. Pointer under it. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the catcher, number 14, Gabriel Moreno.
Next to hit for Arizona, Gabriel Moreno. 2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
And a ball evens the count. That one lifted to left. And that is that. Nothing doing for Arizona. This one remains close. 6-5. Kevin Ginkel takes over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Bottom of the 8th, Pete Crow Armstrong steps in with an OPS that's been through the roof. Power and patience in one package, an impressive list.
He's doing damage and getting on base. That's rare. The kind of balance every manager wants, and the stats prove his worth.
Called strike right there. That's hard hit in the line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Here's a high chopper. Throws to first in time. Nico Horner will come up to hit.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Here's a 1-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put them up by 2. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And that one's gone into the bleachers. Dansby Swanson blasts one out. His 4th home run of the season. And they add to their lead. It's 9-5.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Kevin Ginkel is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. So out of the pen for the Diamondbacks, Eduardo Rodriguez. He's into the game with the bases empty. Carson Kelly, the next Cub to hit. Swing and a ground ball, and it's through for a hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Number 6, designated hitter, Matt Shaw.
Up the middle, nice grab. The flip to second, double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Cubs had 2 on this homer. Last chance coming up for the D-backs. Here at Wrigley Field, let's take a look at how the ball's been flying today. Plenty of power on both sides in this one.
Yeah, games like this were so fun for me as a hitter, Boog. You grab your bat and head to the plate thinking, hey, could be my turn to go yard next.
Check swing called strike. That's strike 2. That one missing inside. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that's just foul. Payoff pitch. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Alec Thomas stands in now for the Diamondbacks. The 1-1. And he swings through that one.
That was pretty close right there.
That missed by a lot. And the count's even at 2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now only one out remaining.
The batter, number 2, shortstop,
2 down, nobody on.
That's in, ball.
They're down to their final strike. Got it! And that's the ball game.
These hitters had the long ball working for them today. 4 home runs had a lot to do with them coming out on top.
Our final score here, 9-5. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shamley saying so long.
So